You're thinking of moving to Denton, Texas? Well, in this video, we are going to take a tour of downtown Denton, Google Map style. So maybe you've heard Denton is a little Austin with a haunted courthouse. I'm not judging you if that's what you're here for. I talk about the haunted courthouse in another one of my downtown Denton videos. But whatever the case is, stick with me, because in this video, we're going to talk about everything. We're going to show you some coffee houses, restaurants, bars, parks, you name it. Stick around and let's get after it. Or grab your coffee and let's go. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything about living in Denton, Texas, then go ahead and subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know all of the updates about Denton, Texas. Hey y'all, my name is Autumn Walker, and I get calls and texts from people every day, just like you, that are thinking about moving to Denton, Texas. So if you want some help, feel free to reach out. I would love to help you make a smooth transition to living here in Denton, Texas. All right, so let's dive in. If you're not sure where Denton is, it is just north of Dallas and also north of Fort Worth. So it kind of makes a little triangle. Why don't I zoom out here for you to show you exactly where it is on the map. You've got Denton right up here. If you want to get to Fort Worth, you would just take 35W. It gets you straight to Fort Worth. And if you're going to Dallas, you take 35W straight into Dallas. Without traffic, if you're going to Dallas, say around the medical district area, if you're taking the express lanes and it's maybe at the peak time, rush hour time for work, it's probably going to take you about an hour. Without traffic, taking the express lanes at an off hour, maybe you could do it in about 40 minutes, depending on how fast you drive. Okay, so that's where Denton is. Let's zoom in because we are going to start at the courthouse. The downtown Denton Square really encompasses these four roads. So you've got Oak, you've got Locust, then you've got Hickory, and then Elm. That is what makes up the actual square of your restaurant, shops, and bars. We talked about the courthouse a little, right? If you're here for a paranormal experience, no judgment. If that's your thing, no judgment whatsoever. It has been known to, people have reported hearing like weird sounds from the top floors of the courthouse. But if that's not your thing, maybe you just want to hang out on the courthouse lawn because, fun fact, it is open container. You could do that if you wanted to, if that's your vibe. And then let's start talking about food. I'm married to a foodie. I get it. Food is awesome. If you love burgers, if you love rooftop views, if you really are into live music, then you've got to check out LSA Burger. So LSA stands for Lone Star Attitude. It's already got Texas vibes baked right into it. LSA is going to be right here, right off the square. And like I said, so as you can see, it's got this awesome rooftop open area right here, and there's usually live music happening there. Then if you want to pop on over, just like 2 doors down is Beth Marie's Old Fashioned Ice Cream. Y'all, it's incredible. And not only do they have ice cream, they also have sandwiches. A lot of people don't know that. You could even have lunch there if you wanted. They have a vintage 1920s ice cream machine that makes a ton of different flavors. And then, let's see, for if you want maybe a little more upscale, you can check out Queenie's if you're into steaks. So let's pop over to Queenie's Steakhouse. It's just a little ways off the square, not a far walk from the square though. So you could head over there for, like I said, a really, really, really good steak. Let's talk about coffee. West Oak Coffee Bar is obviously right here off of West Oak. It's going to be right in this row here. And West Oak Coffee Bar, if you buy a pound of coffee, you get a free coffee. That's something that is worth mentioning. And then another one of my favorite coffee houses is over here it's going to be right on this side of the square. But let me get my drawing out of the way and pull it up for you. It's called Jupiter House. It's a really nice brick coffee shop. And y'all, they have the most amazing cinnamon rolls ever. So that's also notable. Oh, sorry, I skipped one of my fine dining restaurants. Let's head down on Elm Street over to Keiichi. If you like sushi, if that's your thing, you definitely want to call and make a reservation because it's very, very exclusive and it's extremely hard to get into. If you like kind of a VIP experience, definitely want to head on over and check out Keiichi. Did I get most of the good eats. There's definitely way more, but I've covered a lot more in my Downtown Denton vlog video. So check that out. Let's see. Oh yeah. You can't go to the square and not go to the Opera House. It is a huge purple building and it's full of thousands and thousands of recycled books, CDs. Guys, they even have cassettes. Where are my millennials at? If you want a trip down memory lane, if you're feeling nostalgic, you're going to want to check out the recycled books. It's right here, but it's this huge purple building. You can't miss it. And there's a really, really cool mural on the side of the building too. That's another thing about downtown. Just walking around seeing the different murals is so fun. Then you've got Atomic Candy. Atomic Candy is good for those little ones. See, Atomic Candy is going to be on this side of the square. Actually, I believe it's like right here. Let's pull that guy up because the kiddos are going to go crazy. They have so many different types of candies and also a ton of different types of sodas. Definitely get ready for a sugar rush if you're heading towards Atomic Candy. Oh yeah, and the horses axe. If you're into horse throwing, and it's not directly on the square. So the square is here. And so if you just hop on Elm and head down to, I can't draw a straight line, the horses axe. It's a really cool family-owned business and you get to keep your own axe, which who doesn't need a good axe, right? Let's talk about some nightlife. East Side. Everyone at some point has to hit up East Side. Let's pop over there. It is just about a block off of the square. East Side is right here and in relation to the square, just about a block over. They have a huge outdoor patio where you can play cornhole and just relax and enjoy a beer. And then if you're hungry after you grab a drink, just head down. This is Austin Street here. And right over in here, you're going to have a huge lot of just food trucks. And they've got outdoor seating. Austin Street Truck Stop is what it's called. It's right behind East Side right here. And like you can see, there's a lot of outdoor seating. There's a huge TV out there as well if you're interested in watching a game. And then they've got, the umbrellas so that you aren't scorched in the heat. That's always a fun time, the Austin Street Truck Stop. Also, another really great kind of Denton staple is Harvest House. Harvest House is going to be, so your squares here, if you just go straight down Hickory, boom, you're at Harvest House. So only 1, 2, 3, like 4 blocks off of the square. Another great nightlife place. And then, so that one is right off of the square. So Paschall Bar, if you're into really good cocktails, you definitely want to check Paschall's out. Okay, and then let's check out some of the other things that you, just as a citizen, you'll need to know if you're living downtown. We've got a really great post office that's not far from the square. It's very busy because I think it's the main branch, but they're very efficient. They're great. The workers there are awesome. They'll take care of you. And then Denton City Hall. Hopefully you're not going down there to pay a ticket or anything, but the City Hall is right there as well. And then you've got the Civic Center is also right there. So that's a good thing to know because sometimes that's a voting location. So, and then you can also rent it out for events like quinceañera or any type of like community event that you're having. And then there's also a great library right behind City Hall right here as well. They have story time for toddlers. One of the libraries, I'm not sure which location, has a podcast room. That's also good to know. And then let's talk about getting around downtown. Obviously, you can drive, but parking is a little difficult. Let's talk about parking over this map here. I'm going to show you this map here. You want to pay attention to the lots that are in orange because those are the ones that are not free. No one wants to pay for parking, right? You've got this lot here and this lot here that are the non-free parking lots. Pay attention to those. They're both south of the square. You got one southeast and one southwest. But if you're looking on the Google map and you're looking for a place to park, they have the parking lots mapped out for you. There's parking. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. There's another city lot there. It's definitely not terrible if you're looking for a parking spot, but just be prepared to circle. I did not mention Hannah's. Hannah's is so good. I think in another one of my videos about living in downtown Denton, I talk about Hannah's because it's great for a brunch spot, or if you even need to host like a private event. I think it's the biggest piece of quiche that I've ever been served. It's delicious. You definitely want to check out Hannah's. And in relation to the square, it is just, what, 2 blocks south? And then boom, you're at Hannah's. And it's definitely bikeable. But first, let's talk about the bus lots. There are city buses that run about every 30 to 60 minutes. There's a stop here right on West Oak, and then there's another stop here just on North Elm. There's also a Downtown Denton Transit Center is right here. In relation to the square, you would just take Hickory and then you're there. The commuter rail will get you all the way from Denton to Carrollton, but it won't get you all the way to Dallas. You'll have to make a transfer at Carrollton if you're trying to get all the way into Dallas. Like I said, if you're driving, which is the fastest way, you're gonna at least plan for 45 minutes if you're lucky with no traffic and taking the express lanes. Otherwise, I would plan on an hour if you're driving from Denton to Dallas. And then let's talk about biking, because there's so many students. Like I said, UNT and TWU are so close to downtown Denton. So let's talk about that for just a minute. Union Circle, and then let's head towards Denton Square. But let's do it on a bike. The square is over here, and it's showing me at this time of day that it's only going to be about a 10-minute bike ride. That's not bad. And that is the stadium, the basketball gym. It's really not that far. If you're on a bike, you just hop on West Oak and then it's a straight shot from there. And as far as bus routes, so the UNT bus route from like downtown to campus is you're going to take Route 6. And then for TWU, you would take Route 7. Let's go from the square to TWU. And that is actually even closer. You've got square here, your campus is going to be up here. That's really not a far bike ride at all. Another main road in Denton that you'll be super familiar with if you move here is going to be 380, or a lot of people just say University because it's also University Drive, but 380 is going to be, and if I zoom out, you can see how expansive it is. It runs really the best way to get to cities that are east and west of here. It'll take you all the way. Now we're in Prosper, all the way towards McKinney. It's very expansive. That's another major road that if you live in Denton, you are going to be super familiar with. There you have it, living in downtown Denton, Google Map style, in all of its quirk and glory. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that it added some value for you. And I really hope to see you here next time on my channel, Living in Denton, Texas. Or better yet, reach out to me if you're thinking about moving here. Call, text, or email me, and I would love to help you out. I hope to meet you one day, and better yet, even see you around town someday. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time here on my channel.